In this module, we'll look at what happens to HSA assets when an owner dies. So what happens when someone passes away and they own an HSA? Uh, it really depends on whether or not what state they're in. So it is by state by state. If there's not a beneficiary or a spouse, who would go through whatever the state process is or probate. If it is a spouse who's the beneficiary on the HSA, really it's seamless. The spouse inherits that HSA, is able to move the assets into their own HSA if they have one, or open a health savings account, put the money in. They can only contribute additional money if they themselves are HSA eligible, but they're able to use that HSA just as the deceased would. When it comes to non-spousal beneficiary, let's say a son or daughter, they are provided a period of time to be able to pay expenses up to about a year, expenses for the deceased. They're not able to use the HSA assets for themselves. They must take a full distribution of the funds, and they pay an ordinary income tax on that dollar amount. They do not pay a penalty, so they're just taking the funds and paying ordinary tax on whatever the dollar amount is that they received. If you still have questions with regards to this module, please email us at info@accesspointhsa.com.